All right, morning. Just morning, I'm watching this square. I'm watching a few tickers. I want to see what's going to happen. A lot of these stocks are sitting right at support. I want to see if they're going to hold these support and start bouncing. So I have no positions. I would like to add on to my swing on Square at this level if I'm starting to see it holding. Market as well. I'd like to see what market is going to do here. So I'm just going to hang tight, wait a couple minutes before I pull any triggers and see what happened with a lot of these tickers. As for Square, I want to see if Square can come down just a tad bit more around that 73.81 level. And if it does come down around that level, I'd like to see if it base around there and then see if we can probably take that long. As of right now, that's telling me more downside. I don't know. Hello. Alright, whatever. I gotta turn the volume of this down. But yeah, I would like to see it. As you can see, Square is actually trying to pop here. So what I'm gonna do is probably add into my swing here. And then, as I've been telling you guys, my stop on that swing.
LU Lululemon hearing MKM with a negative call on Lululemon. Roxanne Meyer says lowering Q1 comps to 7% from 11%. Earnings estimates below sheet consensus. That's LU Lululemon.
And what I will want to see is this hold up. I'm trying to see if I can get filled. I'm still not getting filled. I'm trying to get it off this, but if not, well, let's just talk to a while. Let's trying to get filled.
Here, 141.56.
Come on.
That's Lima uniform.
The market is still pulling. I want to just come down more. Ebony, good morning. Holding base. Again, on this one, once I take it, my thought process on it, I'm going to give this room to just below $73.92. Probably is, Jesus Christ, probably is $73.50 on the swing. And I want to see if I can get this to go pop. I love the levels that it's at. I think we're at a key level of support, and that's the reason why I'm trying to take this on the swing. Let's do it this way. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get these orders filled, and I'm not getting filled. This is the first. Well, I got orders in. I'm trying to see if I can get filled. If I do get filled, like I said, on that Square, what I'm going to look for is that 73.50 level. If that level holds up, I would love it. If it breaks, I probably would get out of the ones I just added and keep the ones I'm already in. That's what I have on the Square swing I'm trying to get in on. Other than that, equity size, I have not took any trade on the equity side just yet. I'm still wanting to see how things are playing out this morning. As you can see, the market seems like it wants to base here, the 278.58 level. I'm looking at futures as well. I'm trying to see if futures can hold up. Everything is in pretty much a downtrend, so I'm just watching a few things here to see how things trade out before I try to jump in. I don't want to get caught in this more downside. Everything did pop nicely out the gate. I was trying to grab contracts, but it didn't. Oh, nice. It's evening. Well, morning here. Good evening, I guess. Good evening. There it goes. All right. So a few of these is basing. AMD is ripping. I want to see if SPY can get going here. If I do nibble, I would have to give this square a little bit of room to get going. Watching it here because it can get rejected within this level, which is what it popped right into. Still not convinced yet, but if that does get going, we can probably try to take this to 74. This level right here, 74. What is that? 85, 95, whatever that is. And see if we can pop that and get that going is what I'm going to try to do right here. Tight stops on this, guys. Extremely tight stops. All right, here it goes. Seems like it's going to try to give us what we're trying to get. There it goes. All right, there we go, guys. Now let's see if we can start walking just up just a tad bit. Next level you want to take out is the 75 level, is what I would like to see on this. Market seems like it wants to pop here. Just watch it. Everything should be on tight stops. Don't get greedy on this pop. If we can take out that 74.95, we'll get 75 real quick, and then once that breaks, we can push towards that 75.10 is what I'll be looking at. All right, here it comes. There we go. Just watch everything here. See if we can go in. Futures are popping nice right now, which is a plus for us. Some of the ones that are lagging behind right now I'm watching is Apple. Apple has that news, so I don't know what that event happening today, so I'm watching that one as well. Nvidia as well probably got hit a little bit down here, so that can be another one as well to watch. There we go. All right, 75.10. Once we break that level, guys, we can probably push from now. Let's look for the 75.47. Put your trailing stops on this pretty tight. Let's go ahead and move it up to 74.69 level. 74.69. Just trying to keep tight. I got equity on this one. 74.69. Just watch that level. Market still is popping out the gate. So far so good. See if we can get a pull right into this level. If not, we'll probably pull back into that 74.69. Don't give it no more than that is what I'm probably going to do. No more than 74.69. See if that can get going. I don't see much of a trailing stop just yet, but we'll see. Everything's tight. There we go. Still holding up. So far so good. There we go. Netflix, everything is strong. Square, Microsoft, if you look across the board, everything is popping right now, and that's what I'm looking for. Looking good, and I'll show you what I'm looking for. The reason why I jumped into Square long so fast was because I saw this happening. Right here, once I seen this reclaim support and close, this is what got me into Square, and I knew that we'll have room to here, which should give me some room on Square. So let me go back to Square. Watch the pullback here, guys. Just be careful. All right, let me start scaling out. There we go. All right, guys. So here we go. We need to pop this top here. Pop this top. We can start pushing more. Next spot will be 75.47. Just walking this baby right back up right now. Just get what you get. Don't get greedy. Scale out. Take money along the way is what I'm doing. So that's how I'm playing Square so far. So far, so good. 1-0 this morning is basically how we're looking at this. There's a push that we're looking for. I pretty much was telling everybody over the weekend, I will be watching that 73 level anytime Square gets within that level. It gives you some nice little range back to the upside on a quick pop, and that's what I was looking for on Square. This is the reason why I have not taken it off my screen, because I'm getting actually what I was looking for on it. And now let's see what happens. Market is giving us a nice move to the upside after that nice pull Friday, so let's see how this works out for us. All right, guys, so right now, if it pulls back, I'm not going to give it any more than 74.93 on my last position. If 73.94 pulls and it takes it out, then I'm out of the square, and I'll be okay with those profits. And here's the pullback. What I'm seeing is the pullback, but I want to see a wholesome support. It's the only reason why I'm not typing it in like I normally would is because we have all these levels right in here, and I don't want to get confused. But I am looking for that 74.85 level as a pullback. 74.85 right in here. Pullback, it should hold this. If not, we will come right back down, and I got my stop limit now at 75.85 on my last position. Nasty yank on Apple just now. So that being said, I'm just going to be safe on this and scale out just a tad bit more. There we go. Just a tad bit more. Squares pretty much looks like it wants to pop this top, needs to pop this top to push right into that 75.47 level. But again, I didn't like the pull on Apple, so I'm just watching a few things. Everything else is pretty much strong. Liking BA in this morning. BA looks great. Everything looks great so far. Square is pulling, not Square, but the market is pulling back just a tad bit here, right into support. This typically trails right behind it. So since I'm seeing this pullback, I'm trying to see if it holds. If market does not hold these levels that I'm watching on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, I would probably exit my position. Keeping it tight here, guys. I am keeping it tight. Come on, baby, hold. Hold. Alright guys, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm just going to take profits on my equity, and I'll just let the rest play out swing wise. I don't want to get caught in a pullback, so I am all out on the equity side. Thank you. Even though it's above this trend, I just don't want to give any more back. So far 1-0 this morning on that trade. Nice little trade, nice pop out the gate. Nailed that one. No need to do much more. Quick morning. See, here it comes. This is why I got out of my position. So great call by me to get out and not risk it. There we go. So I would have gave up all my profits had I stayed in this trade. And this is what I didn't want to get caught into. Pull back, probably come back and test this breakout level. If it cannot hold this breakout level, we'll pull lower. So far, I'm not seeing anything holding up. Everything is on the pullback. You're just getting more of a pullback over here than the others are giving back. So like Netflix is not a bad pullback. Netflix is holding up pretty nice. BA is also holding up pretty nice. Oof, just nasty pulls across the boards. You're getting the nastiest pulls within the chip sector, which would be NVIDIA, INTC, MU, AMD. They're pretty nasty on those pulls. Right. Nasty pulls. So with that being said, I'm happy with the profits I made. Not upset at all this morning. Nice quick scalp on Square. And look at it. See, this is why. Hey, listen. I respect my rules. I take profits when I have it. Whether it's 300, 400, 500, 1,000, I don't care what it is. I played a chart. Chart was telling me it ran into some resistance here, wanted to pull back. Once I spotted the pullback level, I just pretty much exited my position. And I also told you that in the corner of my eye, I saw Apple pulling hard, and I'll pull that up real quick for you guys, which was another reason. If I didn't get any batteries, I'm going to go through this again today. So let's take a look at Apple. Once I noticed Apple pulling back pretty hard, and then I noticed everything else a little extended. I didn't like this pull. Was another reason why I said, hey, Square, I'm going to go ahead and scale out of my position on that Square. and then it continued to pull. That's when I started taking all of my position off on Square. I just did not like that Apple wasn't holding up. And then if you look at Netflix, BA, and everything else, they were also showing the same signs as Square was showing, but Square is always, for some reason, when it comes down to the downside, it'll show itself way before BA, Netflix, and everything else for the most part. And then I was telling you guys, hey, it's starting to look a little, this is what I was seeing on my other screens, couldn't break out anymore, having a little trouble to come back up. And then once I started seeing these on Netflix, BA, Amazon, everything is pretty much looking the same. And I'll show you guys. Netflix. This is what I was watching in the corner of my eyes. Couldn't break out. That started pulling. Amazon, same thing. See it? Everything was pretty much doing the same thing this morning. Once I spotted it, I just decided to take profits. Couldn't break out on that next candle pull. The next one couldn't give you enough strength to go. I figured that we'd get a nice little pull. As I was spotting this across the board, and AMD, like I said, that chip sector was the one that was really showing it real quick, because their yanks was also nasty. See, first yank, the next one couldn't get it back above it. I wanted to pull back, and then it's just been nasty pullback. So let's just take a look at Square, guys. This is why I say get in and get out, make the money on the equity side. If you're not swinging it, there's no point of trying to be a hero. So look at this, right? Look at the pull, right? This is not good for Square. Square needs to hold these level, or it can pull all the way back down to, I have a 73.09 level that I think it'll pull right into if it can't hold this level right here that it's at, which is here. And as you can see, I got alert set right here, because I will want to watch it within this range and see what happens on Square. Everything is just yanking. And I told you guys, Square pretty much does the same thing as the market when it comes to the S&P 500 and stuff. So that's why I play that a lot. I can pretty much get a quick feel on it. The contracts aren't too expensive. I can grab a few of those, get in and get out, because they have pretty much good volume on those contracts when I'm trading on the option side. Equity, the spreads aren't crazy. So that's another plus. So again, good morning. I don't have anything to complain. Nice one trade. I'm not going to overtrade. It seems like the market wants to take a little bit more. So like I was telling people again on those chat news last night, I was reading that whole little comment about the Mueller, and they're saying that Trump didn't have any involvement in the Russia thing. So I read all that. And once I was reading, I was pretty much telling everybody I don't think that that news is holding the market up, because the little gap up we got off of it, we just gave it right up. So I felt that we'll probably get more downside. Right now, all I'm doing is trying to let things play out, not trying to get in it. Should have been shorting the market today on that once Apple showed itself. That's what I should have did, grab some puts and played it on the option side. Morning. Oh. There's the pull. Nah, that's the pull. Let's see what happens. I'm watching this within this area. Want to see if we can get some basing going on. If not, this is already can get ugly, especially because it gave up that 73.80 level. I don't like that it gave that up. Would like to see how it reacts within the 73.09 level. If we can't get a curl and it blows past that level, oof, Square has some ways down. Yes, it does. Do I even have any? 69.73, nasty. See what happens. Again, I am happy I got out when I did. Took my profits, ran. And another thing, guys, this is what I always say, right? Some people won't take their profits. They'll let it go down against them, and then what they'll have in their mind, oh, I'll just average down. What if this continue to pull all the way down to that 69 area? I mean, you're going to be in a hole pretty nasty just to be trying to average it down, where you could have just got out up here, allowed this to do whatever it was going to do, reassess, let it tell you to take it long, and get in there and nail the long side. Or if you are shorter, once this level breaks, take it short, and your risk would be right here. So either way it is, there's two ways to play it, two ways to make money in the market. It's just, what do you want to do? Where to me, I just wanted to nail the long side. Thought we could have got more on this run, but apparently not. As you can see, market is a little stinted, so watch for a bounce here. This can possibly start bouncing. I'm not jumping in this just yet. Want this to come down. It's holding that 73.80 levels, trying to get back to it, but a little extended. If it does pop and get going, you want to see that 74.07 level. You want it to reclaim and hold above that level, and then maybe you can start pushing back to the upside. But again, overall market sentiment is to the downside. So like I said yesterday as well in the chats and stuff that I was talking to people, to me personally, everything on the long side is a scalp. And as you can see, I stick to those rules. To me, I just wanted to scalp this on the equity side. Overall market sentiment to me is to the downside. And that's just how I was going to play it. I was going to do anything different but that. And as you can see, why. So if I went against my rules, I would have got my head handed to me today, and I'm happy I didn't. Watch the bounce. It's trying to bounce here. Again, you want to let it reclaim that 74.09, 74.10 level. Get above that. You want to hold that level once it does bounce, and that's what you want to watch on that. Alright, as you see, couldn't reclaim that level. Just trying to come back down. Don't rush anything, guys. The market is telling you guys clearly downside. I wouldn't rush anything just yet. Let it show you. It's no longs. If you didn't short the market at the open, I wouldn't rush anything up here. CJ, how's it going? I know I'm not in the room. I just been nailing this. I just took square long out of the gate. That was it. Don't rush it, guys. Let this show you that it wants to go up. Same thing, if you're not shorting the market, guys, I pretty much, this is exactly what I was saying yesterday. I just didn't think that Mueller news was relevant enough to keep this market up, and it's pretty much showing that I think more needs to come out on that, and it's a clear downside. So let's just see what happens. Keep watching that. All right, so if you take out this trend, guys, tight stop, little risk here, right? Your risk will be here. Take this out and see if you can pop this. This has to put in more work for me to even consider it. If I was to do anything down here, it'll be more on the option side. Probably take a 621. That would be the month I'll be looking for. Around the 80s, 85 or 90 strike price, and then from there just let it go. Reason why I say those strike prices, if this continues to pull against you, you still have some time to redeem yourself. This still hasn't broke out yet. You need this to start breaking out to see more upside. Again, this is trying to hold that, I keep telling you, that 73.80 level. It needs to hold above that. If it cannot hold above that, this can probably come down. But if you do take a swing, your stops on this would be that 73.09 level to see if you can get this pushing back up towards the upside. Those 90s for 621 don't look too bad. What are the spreads? Not too bad of a spread. 4-cent spread. Theta is negative. Theta's not too bad. So the 90s aren't too bad. If you guys wanted to take a swing on that, that would be the level I would be looking at. But again, you would have to keep tight stops on this. You would have to keep tight stops on that, is my thought process on that one. Yep, couldn't break it. Market still not showing strength. See, this is what I'm saying. This is, you just have to wait. I mean, this can be a possibly forming a nice little range here. So if anything failed to break out, let it pull back down. Try to get it at the bottom of the range. See if you can get something going. Me personally, looking at across the board, I mean, I still would like to see it pull back a tad bit more towards that 73 level. Market is clearly showing more downside. I mean, I think the money is being made to the downside, guys, today. I didn't grab any puts on the market. Ain't nothing much, CJ. Just seeing what's going on. Let me pop in the room. Again, guys, I won't be in too much. My son is running a fever. I'm trying to weigh it out. He's been running 102. So I need to get him to the doctor. I'm just trying to scalp, make a little money quick this morning and go from there. I'm happy with the one trade I did take this morning. But as far as my son, so you guys can watch this level. Again, your stop should be 73.09 if you're trying to take a swing on this, just to give it a crack. I wouldn't give it any more than that. Market is also at a key level as well. So look at this. This is what I'm showing you guys right here, right? Let's look at the S&P. You can look at the S&P through SPY or the futures, whichever. This is what I'm watching right here. It's holding this level pretty good here. It's also extended, so if it does hold this level, you can try to pop this back up towards that 278.42 level. Once you could reclaim 278.42 level, you want to hold above that level. If you can hold above that level, then you can try to start walking it into these little spots that I typically, so that's how I typically trade, is I look for a first spot I want it to bounce to once it bounces. But with this one, it just haven't showed itself yet to me personally, just my thoughts. So for me to feel confidence, have confidence in taking this long, this is what I would want to see. Break, I'll draw it for you, and then I would just manage my risk. So we can either take that out. If you wanted to tighten that up, you can possibly tighten it up and take it pretty much now. If I think it's going to show now right here. So again, this is the shorter, tighter trend I probably would put on it, and it is taking it out. So if it does take it out, you can take it. Your risk would be just below here to see if you can get this back to 274, 278. 43 level, 44 level. If you can get back above that, hold above that level, you can start walking that SPY back up, is what I'm thinking on that. All right, so can't hold it. This is what I'm watching. As you can see, I'm watching it with you guys. Want to see if we can hold it. If not, if this break, expect other things to come down a little bit more as well. And it's giving it up, so that can possibly have room towards that 277.48. So again, this is why I said the market is not showing it, and this was why I want this level to take out. Because if you can take this level out, you can at least start seeing a nice form of a trend form to show you that it wants to go back to the upside. Right now, this is clear downside movement, and this is why I was saying this one might be too tight. If you wanted to take it, stops were here. You should be stopped out. It's not even worth risking it. But hey, if you want to give it until this candle close, wait and see what happens. But me personally, I would like for this to start curling and take out this level for me to feel comfortable with it. And there goes the pull. So to the downside, to me, until they start taking these levels out, everything to me is still to the downside. The market sentiment is, the money is being made to the downside, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. And that's just my thoughts. Lexus, you ready? I'm ready. I'm gonna shut down whenever you're ready to take them. We can go. You about to get put on some clothes and you wearing that? He's ready. So let's roll. Huh? You gonna take him that? I'll put him in some jeans or something. Yeah, change him. All right, won't be on too much longer, guys, as my wife get my son ready to take him to the doctor. I'll be heading out soon once she lets me know that she's ready to do that. But again, guys, this is what you want to see. It's holding this level You want to see this curl, let it show itself. If you're trying to take it down here, you do have some support. You're starting to create some kind of base. Just wait. Don't try to beat everybody. It's okay to be a little late to it. When I say a little late, is let it show itself, and then you can create a nice little risk. Give it some breathing room for you to be able to take the trade. If you're trying to beat everybody to the trade, this is when you get in things a little too early, and then you can get hurt. So just watch it. Keep a close eye on it. I think it wants to bounce to this 278.42 level. Again, if you can get the bounce to 278.42 level, you want it to hold that level, and then it can go from there. So just watch that one. Square as well, held that level. Still haven't got filled on that swing position, so we'll see. I've been trying to add into it all morning. I like Square down here, guys. It's just, to me, low risk trade. That's just my thought about it. As you can see, it held that level pretty nice. I'm trying to get filled on an ad, and I'm not getting filled on my ad. So that's what I'm waiting on, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting a fill. This is like the second time it came down here and I didn't get filled. So we'll see. This is what I like seeing. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. See how it made this last pull? It came back up. Now it's creating a little range. So what you try to do is just get off these bottom range and then create your risk right below here. Just in case if it does continue downwards, then you know your stop is here. And again, I'm not getting filled on this. Add in my swing. This is pretty much the same thing I did the last time. I allowed Square to pull right into these levels, and I took it. But this time it seems like I'm not getting a fill on the add-in on my options contracts. But that's fine. Kwame was good. So I'm trying to get in on that one. I do have limit order set for that. Doesn't look like it's getting filled. It is what it is. What was the other one I did post? And I'm so engulfed in this trade. Let me go look at that one. I know it was two trades I was looking at today. One of them I wanted to pull back a tad bit. Let's go look at it real quick. What is that one? No, it's not that. Where did I know I put it at? Let's go look at that one real quick. See how that one's doing. Wait, where am I? There it goes. So Square seems like I'm not going to get my add-on, which is fine. PZZA pizza. Did that pull back today? I'm so into this. PZZA. Any pullback on that one? Yes, it did. Earnings. You are all the way out. May. So let's take out May 17. What do you have? 7. I'm trying to take a swing on this pizza, what I want, but the only issue is I don't see the volume and open interest that I like seeing on the option contracts. I'm not seeing that, and I don't want those spreads to get caught up in those spreads when it's time for me to try to get up out of it. So I'm not seeing any like liquid contracts is what I'm trying to find. And I want to take it after there's an earnings date, so that's where I want it, but I'm not seeing any liquid ones. I'm not going on 418, no way. I want to give it more time than that. So with that being said, until I can find a liquid contract where I can get in and out of, and what I wanted to see was this pullback, hold this area and see if I can bounce it. But the only issue with this trade now is there's no option contracts that I like that has a good liquidity that I can get in and out of. So that's my issue with that. All right, so SPY did pop to that area, huh? Sorry, I pulled that off. So I'm not going to touch that piece until I can find some. So as you can see, couldn't hold that level. Was talking about needed to hold that 44.40 level, 278.40 level. Couldn't hold it. Pulled back right back down into this range. Let's see if we're starting to create a range. If so, then you know with the bottom, they're trying to tell you that this may be the bottom if you can get this to curl. So let's see if we can consolidate, trade sideways right into that trend we spoke of earlier. Take that out and push higher. Let's see if I can adjust that because it did get violated up here. I think I might just leave it. We can make a minor adjustment. Let's make a little adjustment, not much. And if this does more. Yeah, still the same. Just not much. But if this level breaks, we pull down. You want to see this level hold. If it can hold, we'll consolidate sideways, probably start getting that curve that I'm looking for. If not, this level gives up. 277.48 will be in the cards easy. And I think that's where that would be going. So if you're looking at everything across the board, let's just see. Netflix is probably the most nicest chart I'm seeing with a nice setup. Facebook is trying to set up here. Roku is looking awesome this morning. One of the only ones that I'm seeing held up. The chip sector is just giving everything up from last week. Everything. What else? Just trying to run through a few charts that I see that is nice. Bank sector, as we discussed last week, I pretty much told you that was in trouble because of what went on with the rate hikes, and I mean with them being basically dovish on the market. So I gave my thoughts on that. Thought banks would come down more, but also you also got to think about it like this for a long-term perspective. Banks has been getting hit pretty hard, so that would be a sector if you guys want to take a long-term position in. I would probably look at. I wanted to come down a little bit more. I want to nail that JP Morgan and get a nice little swing on that. So as you see, we're starting to create this base here. Need to take out this level right here to get this pull. If we can't take it out, might base and start getting a nice little curl on the market. See what happens. Roku, watch Roku. Roku is trying to break out here, guys. Again, the only two charts I really like is actually this Roku first, then Netflix. If that breaks, that'll pull to that 277.48, which would tell me Square should be lagging behind. Apple having issues here as well. That could have been a sell to news, huh? So I think here it comes. There it goes. The more downside. Look at this. Oof. Like this SPY has room. Like if this really gets momentum to the downside, levels that I probably start looking at to try to bounce it will probably be around that 274.76 level on SPY. Futures are also testing another key level. Like I told you guys, if it couldn't hold, futures would have some room to the downside. And again, guys, one trade, I mean, I'm happy with my one trade today. Nice bounce, made a nice little profit. No need to stress and overtrade and hurt yourself even more. Futures right into the support level I'm watching. If that breaks, you get more downside. That has some way down as well. Where I would really try to bounce this is probably that 2753 area, if we can get down there, but it has some support to catch it right here. So if this level gets well, you got a nice little range to the downside. It's basically what I'm seeing. So to me, I think this is an extremely important level on the S&P 500. Needs to hold this level right here, or we get another nasty pull, and then probably a nice bounce day tomorrow. But that'd be a level to watch. And as you can see, they are trying to defend this level. So we'll see what happens, which would be good for the market if it could bounce. Again, I keep saying it. I'm not going to trade it because if I did do Roku, I'll probably do equity. But I know I'm leaving pretty soon to take my son to the doctor. But once Roku pops this top trend reversal, you can probably get that going back to the upside. And that's what it's trying. But this is one that I just can't do today. And again, guys, I'm like extremely sorry that I got pulled out early, but my son is just not feeling good, and it's not like him. Normally, I'll be fussing at him right now. He'll probably be running down here trying to come and get into the screen, and doing something crazy, and he's not doing anything. So, but again, this is the pop that you was waiting on. If you didn't ride it up, you can take it here. This is typically a breakout. When you take out recent the intraday high is what it's trying to do right now. Once it takes it out, you get a nice little push. So that's why I was liking Roku the best out of everything this morning. Roku was showing me the most strength, and there Roku go. Alright, so that's that. Just gave it a couple alerts in some rooms. Future is still trying to hold up. S&P is still weak to me. Like I said, to me personally, I just think the strongest chart right now is Roku. Then Netflix, as long as it doesn't give, what was that, prior days, that looks like prior days low. Yeah, as long as it can hold that low from last week, Netflix is looking pretty good. But everything else, you just got to wait for these major trend breaks, and then you can probably try to scalp those to the long side, is what I'm thinking on those. Other than that, guys, I pretty much don't have anything else. I think what I'm probably going to do is get my son to the hospital because she's taking forever. He must be giving her trouble. So again, guys, if you guys, I'm sorry about that. I got to bail out early. You guys, any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. Send me an email. Emails at MarcSkyStocks@gmail.com. You guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whichever. You like what you're hearing, like what you saw today, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and so on. But other than that, guys, I got to head out, get my son to the doctor, and make sure he's okay. So, all right, guys, take care.